Hi guys, Julie Wunder here from the Healthy Living Lifestyle blog, Running in a Skirt. You might also remember me from my 11-year stint as the morning news meteorologist in Asheville, North Carolina. That's me there. Now for my first YouTube video, I talked about being the event chair for this year's March for Babies. So for this video, I thought I would do something a little less serious. Now I worked professionally in TV news for well over 13 years. And during that time, I basically had to act as my own makeup artist. And I had to teach myself along the way. Now there were a couple of times the TV station would send in professionals to show us some tips, but you basically had to learn how to do your own makeup and do your own makeup well. So for today, I thought I would share with you 5 makeup tips for TV that you can also use in your everyday life. So the first tip is to use 2 different concealers. Now I have epically bad dark under eye circles. They're just terrible, and I've had them since I was very young, so I just have had to learn how to cover them up really well. The first foundation you're going to use is one that's a little bit lighter than your skin tone than the rest of your foundation, and you're going to apply it with a big foundation brush, and you're actually going to put it on in a large area. A big triangle extending all the way from the corner of your eye down your nose and then up to the corner, to the outside corner of your eye, this entire area. You're going to pull it down and you're going to make this whole area just a little bit brighter and cover most of the problems with this first concealer. Now the second concealer looks just a little bit funny. It's actually almost an orange color. And it's orange because it counteracts the blue with the dark under eye circles, and it just makes everything look the same color. So for this one you use a small foundation brush and you put this on just literally where you have that dark under eye circle. You pat it in. You can use the side of the brush too, and mine are right here and then right in the corner of your eye too. So I get those 2 areas and I sort of neutralize it with this orange color. To finish off the look, I use my powder and a big fluffy brush, and I swirl it around and pat it in and just sort of smooth out the look. So that's my first tip. My second tip is to use 2 different eye pencils. Now the top eye pencil I use is a really good black one, and this one kind of looks like a gel. Gel eyeliner is really popular these days, but it is really hard to put on, and I struggle with that. So I use a pencil that kind of looks like a gel, and I put that on my top lid, and it really allows your eye to get that open look. Now, so you don't drag your face down with a big black circle underneath your eye, I use a brown on my bottom lid, and that really allows the look to look polished and round, but doesn't drag down your eye. Now, a makeup tip for TV that's just kind of interesting that you may or may not want to apply to your everyday life is on TV, you actually don't put mascara on your bottom lashes. I kind of think it looks funny, so much in fact that I would put it on after I left the TV station if I was going anywhere else. I would add it to my makeup because I thought I looked really funny without it. But just a little tidbit you may or may not want to use. My third tip involves contouring. Now I know contouring is all the rage right now, and I think you can kind of go overboard with it. It's beautiful, but for every day, I don't know. The one contour that I did was to use a big blush brush and in this case bronzer, but you could also use a darker foundation color. And I would just take this here from the corner of my ear, basically where my ear starts in the middle, and then just underneath my cheekbone to the middle of my cheek. And that one swipe there, get some good color in there, and then blend it. That one swipe just added enough contouring to your face to make it look a little bit better, but without looking over contoured, overdone, or adding too much time to your routine. So my fourth tip involves eyebrows, and eyebrows are big these days, bold and beautiful. So you just have to do them. I kind of resisted for a while. I was probably the last person on the eyebrow train because I was doing my own makeup at 3 o'clock in the morning and I didn't want to add any more time to my routine. But once I did, I'm glad I did because it makes a world of difference and just getting a polished look on your face. And I use this kind of inexpensive pencil, and I do tiny, tiny little strokes so it doesn't look like a pencil. And then I take this brush. It's actually the end of a more expensive eyebrow pencil, and it just looks like a mascara brush that hasn't ever been used. And just brush it in, and you don't want it to look like you've drawn on your face. You just want it to blend really, really well. So eyebrows are my fourth tip. My fifth tip involves something you may or may not have seen in the store before. It's this white powder. Now, I was in TV from standard definition through the high definition transition. And when I worked in TV in standard definition, the makeup was really thick and it was cakey and the cameras just read it differently, so you had to put it on really heavy. But when you went to standard definition, the makeup was lighter and more realistic, but you still needed to touch up throughout the day. So this white powder was a great way to finish off your look, and then in the middle of the day, if you started getting some oil shining through, you'd add some more powder and it would just set it. And this actually doesn't look white when you put it on your face. Let's just put it on here now. You can't even tell. It's just translucent. And it really goes a long way into setting your makeup. So I would put this on after you finish your entire face, first thing, done, set it, and then take it with you. And you could do this again midday if you're the type where your makeup runs midday. It's a great little fix. Now I have a bonus makeup tip for you today, and it involves something I've talked a lot about, brushes. My bonus tip is to use brushes instead of your fingers, and that really just allows you to have a nice polished look. Fingers can sometimes smudge everything together and take away any sort of definition that you were going for and take that away. So brushes make a big difference in your makeup. Now, if you're curious about any of the specific products that I'm using, I'm going to put a link to this specific blog post from Running in a Skirt in the video description, so you can check out some of those specific things that I use to pull off these looks. And I'm hoping to do a lot more videos in the future, so you can expect more fitness, fashion, and fun from this desk. And for now, I'm Julie Wunder. I hope you have a wonderful day.